Yes, indeed. And we're turning our attention to the federal government's backward integration policy in the tomato sector. We've got Mr. Oke Okolie, who is of the Association of Stakeholders in Edible Products in Nigeria. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Well, the government has announced this tomato policy such that they have banned importation of tomato paste, powder or concentrate put up for retail sale and others. And there's so many reactions about this. And while some people have welcomed it, your group seem to have an issue with the policy. What's wrong with it?
Actually, the policy is a commendable policy. We don't have any problem whatsoever with the policy except the timing.
Or just the timing? The
timing of the policy is what is wrong. If you are looking at the sector, the tomato sector, and what's on ground, there is a need to cover up or to provide for the lacuna in the sector. And the timing creates a problem where it will set the sector backwards.
How?
Let me start off by describing the sector. The tomato sector, in other words, is trying to get into the value chain. And what is the value chain for the tomato sector? The value chain actually starts with the input into the tomato farming. The input consists of items like fertilizer, seedlings, technology input, new seedlings. Then farming. You have a group of farmers that produce tomato. After that, you have transportation from farm to the next link in the chain, which should be processing and packaging. After that, you go to transportation again to distributors. After distribution, it will be marketing. From marketing to the kitchen table. This is the complete chain. The policy comes in the middle, from farming to the table. There is a lacuna in Nigeria in the sector of tomato where the processing and packaging is missing. There is not sufficient companies or group of companies that produce concentrated tomato in concentrate form.
So the policy now doesn't really support marketing, doesn't support packaging, it doesn't support concentrate production?
No, it does not, because this process that I have just described are not in existence in Nigeria. Starting with the rice species for tomato paste. The tomato that we have in Nigeria, good enough. Nigeria is blessed with good arable land that, if positioned well, we can produce more tomato than most countries. As of right now, Nigeria ranks about 16 in the whole world in the production of tomato. But what we produce mainly is edible tomato in its raw form, which of course, as we know, tomato is seasonal in Nigeria. In the time of glut, or in the time of season, we have all this glut, a lot of tomato being produced. Without processing this tomato, half of this tomato goes to waste after harvest.
I'm curious, what must be done to adjust this federal government policy, the tomato policy, such that it's able to capture the concentrates, for instance, that you said it's not capturing, it's not addressing that at the moment?
Thank you. It's like putting the horse before the cart, or putting the cart before the horse. The policy should have been a little bit set back, giving the sector about 2 or 3 to 5 years for a backward integration, a sort of catch-up. We have a sector where tomatoes are being produced but not being preserved. We don't have enough cold room. We don't have enough or even packaging to provide or process the tomato for future use. So all the tomatoes that are being produced in a season ends up in that season, either eaten or lost.
What does your group do?
My group, which is made up of about 48 members, import tomatoes in retail packaging.
What do you mean import? Does that mean
ready to cook?
Or in paste?
In paste form, in
The
retail
ones in
packages,
sachet?
in sachets, in can form.
That's a finished product.
That's a finished product. The part that is missing is the concentrate. You have the concentrate, the triple concentrate, and you have the regular concentrate that is now packaged in containers and sachets. In Nigeria, we have about 2 or 3 processing companies whose raw material is the concentrate, the triple concentrate, which is lacking. There is no raw material, which is their raw material. There is no raw material for them to produce this concentrate in packaging form. So they also have to import.
Yeah, I'm looking at this because your statement, this policy outrightly bans importation of tomato paste, which is what your group does. And so if it's implemented, by extension, you'll be out of business. Is that what it means?
Actually, we will not be out of business because nature abhors vacuum. What we are trying to say is that the government needs to, we are urging the government to give us more time.
To